Abrantie we no. Emra wo beba ba mu, adwuma ben na no ye. O declare the asset. Sika ben wo wo. Wo ba yen so be minister. Who is even the highest paid public servant in Ghana?
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. And Dr. Ren, properties now between 2018 to 2024 yo.
And properties now from 2018,
yes.
ABC 2024, 7 years, within 8 years, no properties are acquired and no.
Yes. So and yes, now what togu hoda dana within this short space, and I audit all these properties. And you see, it's not just him. I'm telling you, say.
Hey, now message nyaponi no ye vice president, ye president, you no ye finance minister. Now bola woman cry sika cry say.
Yes, now bola woman cry $1 million. So say a man for catch it out say Akufo Addo amamu na obebu ye no. Eye adia ebe a big scar on the conscience of Ghanaians forever. People didn't understand. And when some of us were out there so vocal, no, people thought, oh, politics, NDC MPP. They said this thing goes beyond NDC MPP. Dr. Ren, we are Ghana new now we are Bajema. If we are MPP new krana oka party no now one person in your party is able to buy these land properties within this short period. Now we will be away near. And they are them prekel. And I know no kwao. Omunyina, that is the modus operandi. And omu
Ona say you deny here cry the yere de call court cry Japan dia wo de man no enti eye na just say Japan mu dia wo mu cry de wo mu dia grow e so mu enye so mu komako sa o say ora Japan national security there by now na so mu nya more warrant de kokos swan kofo bebre o.
Yes, Dr. Ren. Abrant papaya na no ya say ora na to Ghana web ya fan say 1 million ya fan say pound ya fan say euros yi na no call radio bi so na manfo bi sa chesa timi say kasa oka cry grass because if you know that thing belongs to you I feel na me yere na ya me yere de just some oka nyina was so childish to the sense say this guy who put you down he cannot even tell you where he got the money from, and they do these things involving their wives. I say I'm some consultant man buy no be kire o say wo bia na wo do yere din aka ho na mo bie de na wo run the company because on so company no the toss the way registered to Neyere name. Anya Ghana nka menim se san ye bokro no ye de yere no ka ho bokro no ka ho.
Oh say ya ka kire o say wo de ko bi din mu de a ye de kokota enye wa enti ni pakro ni dim na wo enti eba ne sa de a ye ntimi nya wo hwe sa na wo mo esusu e mo afutu.
Na say wonim nyansa you know say when you are tied to one identity. In any criminal charges, any criminal prosecution, you and your wife are tied to one identity. And your wife cannot own property. Now you disengage yourself. When people know your wife, and you may be affecting that particular amount of money. So, and I said, these are narrow-minded individuals. They never imagine such opportunity will come, and they don't even fit the position na the corner. A position number chief and a yetichen when you be. And that is the extent they went. And I know the state machinery that was supposed to be very active, no? You clamped down on all of them because some of these things they only have venue through the auditor general and other people. Look at how the president was on them. He clamped all these state institutions. So I know the special prosecutor, armed or tired, your friend is saying, editor general, he was hounded out, and they brought in somebody out on Juma. So I know that the state institution can make sure say, we are vigilant in pursuing these things. The president cleared all of them. So I know that the door opened, and these are people who are not wise. These are people I don't know private life what they were doing. Just like you said, they be no more Yahoo dada, and don't be by muno. I'm home for 4 more because sometimes when I look at some of the cases, I'm thinking.
Ususu say minchano. Ususu say eya abanya wotisu. So mo fa every ministry Akufo Addo create here. No more thorough investigations, ministry by ministry. Into 100 and something plus ministries, you know. And so mutimi, I know say it's going to be a very tedious and hard job. But at the end of the day, see it me find it out. Ni etiminya bebe, sikamu bebe. 3 billion, be 5 billion, 10 billion, be cranoa. You bet me the aboy more a year development and more my Ghana no. Unsusu say by now need I say all the ministries and I say a ministry back crowd.
Oh yes, I think that incisive criminal inquisition has to be saying undertaken. And you see, that be America said the office of the special prosecutor and Yansa be a name is a useless creation. You see, you're serious. The AG's department, we can resource them, decentralize them, and give them various saying said we can various ministries. Because the Attorney General alone cannot handle some of these cases. But just like America, the states, be one Attorney General, this kind of way. The whole thing is decentralized. So I think that on regional basis, we can resource the office of the Attorney General across the country and give them specific mandate, specific role to undertake some of these robust criminal inquisitions. At the end of the day, their findings, give them power to prosecute at all levels. That is the only way. Because the work is so tedious and so cumbersome, say. The office of the Attorney General sitting in Accra alone cannot handle even 10 of these cases before maybe the 4 years ever up.
Because so far a year, even this particular a year money in a year nasu. What about a year ministry of a year a friend science, a year sports? A year ministry of a friend saying school feeding program cry nyamba so
Dabi. And that was I'm telling you, Corona or Bono. Now they were so stupid to the extent that like Dr. Ren, for instance, this Sky train issue. Kwabrane to Professor Kumfia Mea or Nyakraketwa. This is a Kokrafo more above it. Or more memetin the things and I may primary school. Now Obe authorizing as a board chairman. We are down authorizing $2 million. Say young fan cofa Sky train a more dama, Dr. Ren, or mine I team training the form no crowd send a one off of a wim dear diaba. That is the first red flag. Sky train, training the non form cry nipa at Trimno, do sign the Okruma. Now cofa Sky train by half an ebefa. And to be away near Ajub Monena chrono the wool tima. When somebody bring up that idea, that this is a stupid idea. That's it. But these people signed it. Your friend say, it means a Sunday over $2 million to a company in Mauritius. And according to the AG, that company is non-existent. There is no company. So they rather pay the money to one African something. And money, do you know, $200 million, $2 million, they only pay $100,000 and they shares him. And they pay the rest. I 1.9 your friends say million as premium. so
and yeah can say a year a Sky train scandal the CEO of a year gift no and they see what it a friend is saying a yes Senegal. Me no work saying so him say a year minister for communication one no so okotena a friend is saying Singapore bosomia no wa ba a year Mali a year a friend is Morocco bosomi no wa sabetena a year Abidjan bosomi nti one no so saa no ye so mu nyina wo mo tetatetewu wo mu dwane
na me one say change of government by these people to me opportunity to slip out of the jurisdiction. That is my surprise. Maybe in the heat of the elections, now power young handy over, and that is when they left.
And no, me no.
Yes, because the two abani we na power system. Your friend is saying, you don't have absolute control over state machinery and so forth. So I think that particular window, and some of them is yet to slip out because in as much as the MPP has lost power, the government was still in control. In the Orfa airport where nobody could stop him. And I think that's to exit the shores of this country. And you see, they are very smart. They know what they are doing. You see, we have a extradition treaty with some of the countries here, even here in Africa. So strategically, they are moving from countries are any that extradition treaty. So when they get there, it will be very difficult to get them out. Because that is when the human rights issues then as for comes in when you forcibly want to push somebody from one jurisdiction to the other. So clearly, these people have, your friend is saying, they know their culpability. They know what they have done. Because this stupid thing this boy, how do you explicate? How do you get out of this? How do you even explain to people, say, within this short period, you got this money to buy these properties within this short period? How do you, as a public official? My major concern is the weaknesses are our system, no man, because criminals in there always there will be criminals. Say you still have criminals around, but when you have a robust system now, who within all the weaknesses now, the system becomes so impregnable to the extent that these criminal syndicates or cartel will not have the opportunity to infiltrate and rob the country. Because when they rob, it becomes a different thing altogether. At that time, the state will be chasing the money. But if you stop it,
Kenya wo ken. Sa Professor Meya Confins no person obeye president to any ye ken wadwane akwhye eye South Africa. Ana ne CEO Solomon Asamoah enso adwane akwhye Senegal.
Yes. And see, Nina affirme the long conversation you have with Kroma said over the years, politics now by avenue beer. People just get in, make money. Just imagine our classmate in Aquaway. Now because I buy about 4 years. Now Dr. Ren, one in a because our mobile.
Now my classmate were a Japadia Marco 5. I was easily gone. My classmate.
Yes.
I buy no account, no friend is a office of a year president Kufu.
Yes, and the one in a nama, just a word, just a way, quafia pabukra, one more brabia, one and baby. But because he chose to stay in politics, this is, and is the reason why the last time I'm an can say, your mom for appointment. First question be a juicy place, and I say a juicy place. If you are going to serve, and indeed going to serve, what do you care whether the place is a juicy place or not? If not, the intent is to make you money. Do you care about whether the place is juicy or not? So I think the systemic weakness now will continue to be exploited by criminals. Even potential.
Jina Sumame, memoir to us. Unia ye bra payim Mansa Musa. Was so was Simbia or Pesa Walker. Mansa, but about Rainbow Radio. So.
Me da wasi bebre we de me wure mu chaw na your friend say me am offer say innocent there chese me ano I just offer me na me am tum say yes dana for Asia abrantie nie listen no can be say onokura no you saw some make comments be say state institutions be ehunu de ekoso Ren winning a chrome company be from Travis Perkins.
Yes.
Told him so on building materials.
And correct.
You early 90s or let's say mid 90s in 2000s, That time for tax purposes. Na me ye juma me construction firms in the year juma. Sebi a wo kwakwoto a bag of cement 1 2 be a screwdriver na bibisa no. Okay, maybe Satan bet me use cash. Nemo BB because those days even 200 pounds, I tell you what, almost say you have to register with them and put it on their friend's account.
Yes.
Or you have to use checks. You have to, even those days, that computerization, because of tax person, because I want to find your manual. And no man will for be quantity of those goods in any boy, baby and almost they call inland revenue, almost the accounts call. And almost him say, Dr. Ren, your friend Travis Perkins, Dr. Ren, so called your manual. What and say inland revenue, say traffic, you for no, tax for no who's all. What on a 10 and I move 20 and I move 30. There's a one to me, because say, what the 100,000. Pass here, Travis Perkins.
Yes,
a chroma, the opa, who Dr. Ren transfer $10,000 and I pounds back to my account him. Me, I'm a banker, questions on Bebusa and answer Bebusa to make sure. Oh, anti the system now, and see a tibu mine. Who name the yo, and they will be. Name say, ye di nyansa, electronics. You be giant by Bob Brebeno. If I'm a yammy, if I'm a near who's a and see a bull mine with certain things. Until we get there, you make us as or make us our comments and I'm sure. Member fast. Let me make sure look. We have the system to check these things. Say be a woo your gun and you ever say, I don't know what the lotto, and now an NBA will not be able to in actual. It has to be a one revenue for they have to know that wealth. Whether it will attract tax or not, a different thing. This as the can be got a 9, 20 and not 30 year okay. Baby, I will tell them if you know, they won't even accept cash. It only a matter they shouldn't. And so we have a long way to go. Sometimes we show your more appointment and no more church, no more be a tapu young question. Just say, Obie Niaji, oh, your man a body.
And I know then Tina ya o money jisano or Ramansa.
Even if you say it's a responsibility, say, oh, the Union or
Ramansa, maybe say, and then Tina ya nanko for Niaji, a man for be appointment, a more so no money in J.
Me, you are no la. Me see, your money, I say, me, you're king yadwa. Oh, you know, your mom appointment officer, oh, why ye? Say this when to me, and let's say, no. The idea is not working, to make changes. We have only my example. Now say see assistant fire service from penny for the other day. 1 or 2 comments are made, it doesn't inspire me. Because I would have wished woman because hey, so far what we have done is not good enough. We are mediocre when it comes to our performance of our duties. I will instill another, I will press on the government to give us what we want. We need more training, we need more men, we need more equipment. Yes, let me say, who person system. That's all about better honor will be because I'm saying, Okraku say, your friend saying, the Anas and Muchin, no friend is saying, we see Yantechi, the role models and the inspirational something. And when we have such character and such mentality, it don't know him. And I'm going to now, my main question of us, no, some country and down for every year will be a penasempa. That's all what only Pebu eco face here. Respect, but you don't have to maybe insult or anything. Equally, you don't have to start by saying, oh, senior, you know you are my senior. No. You're wrong. And when I want a personal, and your points now mobile boss. Dr. Ren who him, almost sure what TV so. Obi o be crying in the headmaster or your friends you can say Cambridge and I say Oxford. But they talk. Some could not fit one answer yes, a master, yes, and phobia. Oh, senior, where the madam for, Uncle Quessy Pratt, no, Uncle Quessy, me show something. What? Dear Granny. Anyway, listen, my job, me prepare call with studio. Sir Innocent, Nanache, Oye. Na say omre na onko bebia maybe anadwumu ho no ye hwe ball wi a me frɛ no naja matoto na no kakra ntimi da mo ase for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you so much, man. That could be din komo yeah woni Jerry John Rawlings ne mo ame ne because we can say mama yima shimsisi ase wenya Intel BCC afa officers here ya reshuffle kakra mama yima shim kakra me sure say that bad.
Let's talk when we have to talk, okay?
You Matimidasi, Mansa Musa, a senior broadcaster, and I Yatine Kano. Ivan, Yatibi, Ufa a year and Semia a year or Ramansa, a shake, a can we are. I mean, one experience, one of my senior friend, Joe a year, and Nana Deborah, Mikai about 10 years ago. And we'll call Range Rover so car. Another prize, was around, I think around 50-something thousand pounds. Anna, omne okra cash 20,000 pounds. The akano ombe bank transfer. In fact, okansa dealership invite omo kotnase omo mani tea enno moye omo omo ye nkrata no anaja. We are free police. It won what office wa won the office ye tutuna no na why ye bibia no watua. Okoya ya a friend is saying ya pe undercover security police officers yibi and omaba no be invited no a different room.
Yeah.
Just say woman in it now wa car on wa beton wo. I go through over 3 hours. And son of Mokacha and canon san conco deposit in the back to bank. No nya bank transfer. No crown bank transfer no crown. I say nya no mo yen hwehwemu source of funding this maybe eba. Or he has companies here in UK there, but even buying a car to that extent no crown. He had to go through a lot of checks and sana can eventually no auto a year the Range Rover.
Yeah, that is how it's supposed to be. So it means what you will be guided. Not properties are your friend say, wait that's my quacoto no. You make sure say Sikana will invest into those arena no ye bisawa. Ubet me actually the legitimate source winya ya wode yes sika wode yes adwuma. Because if such mechanisms are in place, I'm not sure this guy within this short period will be able to acquire these properties. They are mind-boggling. I don't see him as a extraordinary criminal. I see a country with weak systems and weak institutions. And my culture, whenever you create weakness, people will take advantage. So, and natural said the system is so weak to the extent that any idiot at all can just capitalize. So, just imagine if an idiot can capitalize on the weaknesses of your friends or mine, how much more will be your wise?
And into now, kasa ya we a government and yes, men show weakness. Will be
people will capitalize on that and do because he realized that oh, so no be yeah. Because how on earth and I will be looking for money meant for a purchase belonging to the state. Now I create a duplicate if as a company account at me directly transfer bum. And some of the properties now all tunnel. He was transferring money directly from the account.
One surokra akukudro pao.
Dabi and ubisa say even your banks if somebody is transferring $1 million directly from local account to pay for something. What are the mechanisms in place? We need to go through to verify some of these payments. Do we have such systems in place? Because such amount of money should trigger a call from some of these financial investigative bodies to be able to come in to ascertain the source of these monies, whether they are legitimate or not. But the system is such that you can just get away with everything. And it's the reason why this guy is able to do it. And he's not the only